As I head towards the hallway, I can hear Detective Curtsy speaking on the phone with someone.
According to her ID badge, her name is Sarah Blackmore. She works for a nearby company called Biodev Imaging.
Biodev Imaging. Isn't that where Miss Bergstrom works? I wonder if they knew each other. I peer around the corner to get a better look. He doesn't look very pleased.
I really can't be sure. When will the crime scene investigators get down here? I see. Well, get here as soon as possible then.
He hangs up before letting out a frustrated sigh. As he does, he sees me looking at him.
Whoa, how long have you been there? How much of that conversation did you hear?
I'm gonna be truthful.
Yeah.
The part about Sarah and Biodev Imaging?
So, pretty much everything then.
I guess so.
And do you have anything useful to tell me?
We'll just start from the top to bottom.
Okay.
Chance says she saw Sarah come in around 2.
Interesting. So, Sarah must have been killed sometime between 2 o'clock and 2:40. The first thing to do is see if anyone has an alibi for that time period then.
Miss Bergstrom works for Biodev Imaging. Chance told me that a lot of people who work there like to come here to eat.
Do you know what Miss Bergstrom does at Biodev Imaging?
No.
It probably wouldn't hurt to ask her.
Kazaki says he comes here all the time, but Chance claims she's never seen him.
Do you think he's lying?
I don't know. He seems honest enough, but he could very well be pretending.
Why don't you test him then? If he really comes here often, he'll be able to answer questions about this place without any problems.
I guess so. Chance has some pretty explosive anger issues. She tried to burn a guy with hot coffee once because she insulted her voice.
Really? I'd hate to be that guy. Still, one act of violence doesn't make her a murderer. It might be worth looking into it, though, if you can find a way to be tactful about it.
I don't really have any more I can tell you.
Keep digging.
Okay. Okay, we can't go to the ladies' restaurant for obvious reasons. Men's room? Examine. Looks like the woman's room, well, except for the dead body. Actually, it looks like there's an emergency exit in here, too. It's the kind that only opens from the inside. I bet the killer wouldn't have slipped out through here without being seen by anyone in the coffee shop. Not much else in here. Away. Move. And main area. I head back to the main area to investigate some more, but as I do, I hear a strange voice echoing throughout the hallway.
Hey, detective, you should really watch your step.
What? Who are you? I spin around looking for the source of the voice, but I don't see anyone talking or even looking in my direction.
I'm here to help, but before you ask, I can't hear you, so don't bother trying to say anything.
The voice seems to be coming from inside my head? Yeah, but if you can't hear me, that makes communication rather difficult now, doesn't it?
Of course, since I can't hear you, that makes communication rather difficult.
Never mind.
I know you're different from other people. You can see things that others can't. That means we're alike.
Alike? Yeah, right. I don't go around randomly speaking inside of other people's heads.
There's a lot more going on here than just a simple murder. Watch your step and trust no one. I'll tell you more as soon as I know it.
I wait for a few seconds, but the voice is gone. No one else seems to have heard it, so I guess it really was all in my head. This is getting even more troublesome by the minute. First I'm accused of murder, and now some random person is dropping thoughts in my head. Or hey, maybe I'm just going crazy. I should probably be a lot more surprised or freaked out by this turn of events, but the only thing that surprised me right now is how unsurprised I am. I shuffle tiredly to the main area of the coffee shop and sit down, burying my head in my hands.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Really? You've been looking terrible all day. Oh, let me get you something to drink.
Chance hurries around to the counter and begins mixing a drink for me. I lean back and take in the smell of the coffee. It's really relaxing.
Here you go.
She hands me a hot cup of ring full with a hot latte. I take a sip of it and my body suddenly feels alive again. The smell, the steam. I seriously doubt I'd ever be able to function without this stuff. I take another sip and then another, enjoying the flavor and the heat. I feel like I can finally think. Yes, I'm addicted. That was good, and you made it so quickly.
Of course I did. Sometimes things get really busy in here. That counter is designed with everything we need to mix drinks quickly. Of course, if we want to do other things like make sandwiches, that's all in the back kitchen.
Chance looks pretty happy right now. Maybe this is a good time to ask her about that one guy who insulted her? Which one?
Do you like your job here?
you like
Nah,
your
it's
job
the good
here?
one. You gotta push her.
Huh? I guess so. Although sometimes it gets pretty tiring. But that's how it is with any job, right?
I guess so, but I heard that you had a lot of trouble with a certain customer here once.
Oh yeah, that was a particularly bad day. That jerk was just flaunting his new girlfriend in my face.
New girlfriend.
My ex-boyfriend broke up with me here at work by bringing his new girlfriend here and telling me we were over. He said he didn't want to be with someone who had such unrealistic dreams. Either way, that was a long time ago, and unlike the rumors, it has nothing to do with him insulting my singing voice.
Whoa. Sorry about that.
It's fine. It all worked out in the end. Anyway, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask.
So that's been cleared up. Anything else with her? Oh, cool. More questions. I'll go with this one. What were you doing between 2 and 2:40?
She was obviously at work.
What are you doing between 2 and 2:40?
Working, of course.
Told you.
Afternoons like this are always slow, so it's usually just me and the manager. Although my manager is currently out at the store.
Why did you manage to go to the store?
We ran out of soy milk. I forgot to restock yesterday and he kinda got mad at me. I had to come out here and clean all the espresso machines as
Oof.
punishment.
Do you know anyone named Sarah Blackmore?
I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names. Even if I did know her, I probably couldn't tell you.
Guess that's all I want to talk about for now.
Talk to you later then.
Alright. Nothing new there. Who should I talk to next?
The guy.
What were you doing between 2 and 2:40?
Studying, mostly.
Mostly.
I was also chatting with a friend online. Sometimes I get distracted.
I feel that. Which one?
Do you really come here that often?
Do you really?
Of course I do. Why do you ask?
Just curious about this place. Do you know what kind of sandwiches they sell here?
They rotate them. The two for today are tapenade with avocado and turkey and brie.
I see. And how much does the green tea cost?
A shaken green iced tea or a green tea smoothie?
Either.
The shaken green iced tea is only $2.65, but the green tea smoothie is $3.70.
Thanks. Wow, this guy really knows the place pretty well, almost uncannily so. I guess he really does come here often. I wonder why Chance doesn't recognize him.
Because he's probably a nerd, and, you know, most girls don't recognize nerds unless you're a nerd yourself.
Yeah. Do you know anyone named Sarah Blackmore?
Sarah? No, I don't think I do.
Wow, that's quite possibly the most guilty reaction I've ever seen. This guy would be terrible at poker.
Cool.
And I guess the bitch. 2 and 2:40.
Around 2, I think I was finishing up some work in the office. Then I headed out for a late lunch. I usually grab a sandwich and an espresso from this place.
Were you with anyone else at the time?
Of course not. Everyone else had already left for lunch.
What did you order when you got here?
Nothing. I went straight to the restroom, and then I saw you.
First one?
Yeah.
Why did you just head straight to the bathroom instead of ordering?
I always wash my hands first. It's filthy to do anything else, and I can't exactly afford to be ill.
What do you do for a living?
Why do you want to know?
I'm just curious.
Well, I do a lot of things. Mostly human resources management.
Human resources, as in...
The usual things. Recruiting new blood, organizing and training employees, writing policies, and the like.
Wow, that's a lot. Do you know anyone named Sarah Blackmore?
I can't say I do. Should I?
That's all I need for now.
Good to know.
Just double check. Nope.
All right then.
I guess we'll move. Hallway. Just for the sake of it, there are a couple of them trendy paintings hanging on the wall. The only things in the hallway are me and Detective Kursky. Let's see if I can actually get him. I don't think I'm allowed in there with a dead body. Did you know that there's an emergency exit in the men's room?
Yeah, I noticed that. There isn't an alarm on the door either, so it's possible that the murderer escaped through there without being detected.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
If the murderer did go through there, he or she was probably the last person who passed through. It's possible that there was some evidence left behind in there.
No one here has a full alibi. Chance and Kazaki both saw each other for a while, but Chance was in the back kitchen around the time of the murder. She could have slipped away without being seen, or Kazaki could have gone past the kitchen without her noticing. Miss Bergstrom claims she was working at the time, but there's no way to corroborate her story.
So all of them had an opportunity. But what about a means and a motive? We need to figure out why someone would want Sarah dead in the first place.
Miss Bergstrom was really evasive about her job. When I asked her about it, she didn't seem to want to tell me much about it. She did say she's in human resources there, though.
Is that so? I suppose she's pretty high up on the totem pole then. I think Sarah was just a secretary with low-level clearance, so it's doubtful they'd have met. Still, it's definitely something worth keeping in mind. Ask around and see if anyone knows anything about biodev imaging.
Chance only got violent because the guy was her ex-boyfriend. Turns out she threw hot coffee at him because he broke up with her.
Well, that makes a lot more sense than just attacking some random guy. But that doesn't change the fact that she has anger issues. Plus, things aren't exactly looking up for her right now.
What do you mean?
I examined the knife in Sarah's chest. It's an industry-grade kitchen knife, and it's part of the set. I'm willing to bet that the rest of the set is in the kitchen here.
You're saying that Chance is the one who killed Sarah?
No, I'm saying that whoever stabbed Sarah had access to the kitchen at some point in time. Why? Do you think she did it?
What do you guys say?
I personally doubt it, but that's just me. I don't know about the rest of you guys.
I don't think she did it either.
Kuro? Job?
I'm always sus of people.
I think it's Chance.
You think it is her?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she does.
You already
That's
know,
good.
though.
What makes you say that?
Well, if I were going to murder someone, I wouldn't do it at my workplace with a weapon that only I have access to. It's ridiculous.
Good point, but she's obviously not the type for premeditated murder. If it's her, it was likely an impulsive decision. If you can find a motive, then we'll be getting somewhere.
No one here recognizes the name Sarah Blackmore.
Well, naturally the killer is going to deny knowing her, but if no one here seems to recognize her, she probably didn't want to be known. I wonder what she was hiding.
I don't really have more I can tell you.
Alright.
Alright, let's move to the men's room and examine the room again. I look under the counter and dig around through the trash. There's a lot of duct tape in here. It looks like there's a bit of red paint stuck into one of those pieces at least. I think it's red paint. There's also a brown smudge on it.
It's blood.
I better not touch any of this. If I leave any fingerprints on it, I'm sunk. Away. Move. Main area.
Hey, Detective.
Great. The voice in my head is back.
It looks like you have the most freedom out of everyone right now. See if you can get a better look at the corpse. You might find something useful.
Easy for you to say. Somehow I doubt Gursky will just let me waltz in there.
I'll try to set up a distraction for you.
Great. A distraction. Like what? Blowing stuff up with your mind? Or I can think any more on the subject. A loud crash echoes from the coffee shop.
What happened?
I don't know. It sounds pretty serious, though.
Great. Just what I need.
Wow. Thanks, random voice. Guess I owe you for this one. Detective Kursky is currently in the main area because of the crash. If I move fast, I can probably get a quick peek at the crime scene again. And we'll just immediately do that. I definitely don't have enough time to read the death, but I can still check the body for clues. There's a tan line on Sarah's wrist, like she was wearing a watch or a bracelet or something. Maybe it came off when she was struggling against her attacker? I look around the room some more, but I can't find any sign of whatever was on Sarah's wrist. The bathroom looks clean, but there is no signs of a struggle at all. Weird. I certainly wouldn't just let someone stab me in front of without putting up some sort of fight. I really shouldn't stay here any longer. Away. I lead back into the hallway. Detective Kursky is still nowhere to be seen. Looks like I made it out safely. Whatever happened was enough of a distraction, I guess. Still, it bothers me that that my mysterious benefactor seems to know what I'm up to, but only some of the time. If it were someone in here with me, then all my movements would be readily obvious. But it seems more like someone who's getting regular reports on what I've been doing. Someone inside the coffee shop must be communicating with someone on the outside. I need to figure out who that is. I guess I'll have to keep an eye out for someone who's communicating with the outside world frequently.
Oh, there you
Hey.
are. Something wrong?
No, nothing. I was just trying to stay out of the way in case anything bad happened. What was that loud noise anyway?
It's just an
I
accident.
see. An accident, huh? I wonder what caused it. Oh, I can't talk to him? Okay. Main area. Sure enough, the two specials today are tempene with avocado, turkey, and brie. Kazaki was right. Let's talk to Chance. What do you guys want to ask?
What do you know about the thingamabob?
What do you know about biodev imaging?
I think they have something to do with medical stuff, but I'm not sure.
What was that loud crash earlier?
Oh, that? I just dropped some dishes. I was cleaning up and that guy Kizaki offered to help. When I handed him a tray loaded with dishes, I let go before he had a good grip on it, so it fell. Don't worry, nothing broke. Although it's weird, I really thought he had a grip on that tray, but it slipped anyway. It's almost like he did it on purpose. Although he's been acting pretty strange all day. Now that I think about it, I think he was watching that woman when she first came in. As soon as she came in, he kept staring at her. At first I thought he was just being a teenage guy and staring at women, but looking back on it, it seems like he was observing her. Do you think I should have reported him?
No, it's not a crime to look at another person. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Besides, didn't you say that murderer has probably run away by now?
That's right. I guess I'm overthinking this. Thanks.
Guess that's
Okay.
who do we want to talk to next?
Kizaki?
Boy.
What'd you say, Brady?
The boy.
Biodev first.
Yeah.
What do you know about biodev imaging?
Biodev? That's a biological engineering company, isn't it? They specialize in body parts like artificial hearts and lungs and such. But lately, they've expanded their research to trying to grow replacement organs from living cells.
Wow, you sure know a lot.
No, I just happen to know about them because they're a big deal at my school. They funded a good portion of the biomedical engineering program there, so their name is all over the place.
What was that loud crash earlier?
Oh, that? Well, I didn't have anything to do, so I decided to help Chance clean up the place. She handed me a tray loaded with dishes, and it was a lot heavier than I thought, so I kinda dropped it.
And the bitch. What should I ask her?
The first one.
Biodev.
What do you know about biodev imaging?
Plenty, seeing as I work there. We're a medical group that creates artificial organs. There's a huge demand for organ implants, but there are very few available donors, and compatibility is always an issue. We make things like artificial lungs and bionic hearts.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
It's more than impressive. We're saving lives.
Of course.
What was that loud crash earlier?
Just those two kids dropping a pile of dishes all over the floor. Honestly, it gave me such a fright. I thought my heart was about to leap out of my chest. It's a miracle that no one was hurt. I noticed that boy pushed the girl out of the way just in time. He has some quick reflexes.
And nothing else.
I see.
Kisaki is starting to sound suspicious.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking that too.
Job, Kuro, opinions?
Huh?
What's your opinion so far?
You know,
Okay.
it's just weird that she has headphone around her neck.
Cool.
And it is weird that he talked to his online friend.
Yeah.
So two sus.
Chance is sitting near me, saying text to someone on her phone. I wonder what she's saying. Let's talk to Chance. Who are you texting?
Huh? Oh, my boyfriend.
Didn't he break up with you?
That was a different boyfriend.
Right. Sorry.
This one's a lot better. He's much smarter, and he gives me anything I ask
boy.
for.
My
Even if he's a
sugar
little bit
daddy.
older than me, I still love him.
Sounds more like she picked up a sugar daddy rather than
I
Did I
feel called
say?
out. I feel called out.
I'm telling him everything that happened today so he can comfort me and help me feel
the
better.
ruiner isn't older than you.
I know.
Are you sure it's okay to just tell him about it?
Of course it is. I wouldn't be able to stay this calm otherwise.
Yeah, but you're kind of at a crime scene. I'm fairly certain the police wouldn't want you broadcasting the details of a murder before they even solve it. Do you think you're being a little too reliant on them? You're making it sound like you can't cope on your own.
You'll understand one day when you get a girlfriend of your own.
What?
You've never dated anyone before, have you?
Oh, no, but
Then you don't know what it's like.
fair enough. She's definitely telling someone about everything going on here, but somehow I doubt her boyfriend is the one giving me random hints. I suppose I should keep looking.
Alright.
Damn the room. Miss
You
Burst.
know, I feel like I'm very similar to Chance.
Yeah. Believe me, that went through my head the first time I was playing this.
I'll be right back.
And we
Okay.
both have ash hair, so
Yeah.
Your hair is so pretty though.
Miss
and we're
Brooks.
both singers, and we both worked at a coffee shop.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Wait. Did you throw hot coffee at your ex-boyfriend?
No, but I've
You
thrown
should
chocolate
have.
milk.
What?
No, but I've thrown chocolate milk on someone before. Actually, no, I take that back. I spilt hot syrup on my arm.
Oh, okay, that was on your own arm.
Oh.
That sounds painful, though.
It was
Mhm.
Kind of
painful.
hot though.
Miss Brooks
Take a
working
knife.
away on her smartphone, firing off one email after another. She must be pretty serious about her job. This area is okay. Let's talk to the bitch again. Who are you emailing?
Why do you want to know?
I'm just curious. I'm kind of surprised you're still working at a time like this.
The world doesn't stop spinning just because one person died.
Yikes, that's a cold outlook. Even if it is accurate.
If you must know, I'm emailing some partners in Germany, finishing a draft of a new policy for some of my coworkers, and rearranging my schedule to make up for a meeting I'm missing right now.
You sound busy.
I am. So, if you could leave me alone, I'd really appreciate it.
Right, sorry. Well, she's definitely writing a lot. She clearly isn't paying any attention to anything that's going on here. I suppose Miss Business isn't the one spying on me. Better keep looking.
Good to know.
Examine room again. Kazaki is still working on his computer. Does this guy ever take a break from homework? Keeps pausing. It looks like he's chatting on an instant messenger. Interesting. Who are you chatting with online?
Who? My sister?
Your sister?
Yeah, she and I are really close, so I always go to her for advice. I just needed someone to talk to. It's not weird, is it?
Of course not. It makes sense that you'd want to talk to family when something like this happens.
Do you have a sister too?
Not exactly.
Not exactly. So are you an only child then?
My sister died 3 years ago.
I'm so
It's
sorry.
fine. It's not like it was your fault or anything.
If it's not too personal a question, can I ask what happened?
She was shot once in the chest. She died of a collapsed lung long before the paramedics arrived.
Did they ever catch the guy who shot her?
No.
I'm sorry.
Just forget I say anything, okay?
Cool.
Okay.
I strongly believe that it's Kizaki now.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah, because he's just getting more suspicious by the minute.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, detective. I heard you were asking around about someone named Sarah Blackmore. She's the victim, isn't she? I did some research, and it looks like she has an interesting history. In fact, I think I know why she was killed. The rumors among various sources say she's a corporate spy. She steals and sells top-secret information. There are a lot of big-name companies after her for what she's done. Her last job was at Auden Engineering, a company that specializes in growing organs from living cells.
Organs from living cells? Isn't that what biodev imaging is working on? Uh-oh. I see a pattern.
She resigned recently, saying she was pursuing a new direction in her life, but I'm guessing it's only because she obtained whatever information she was looking for. If she was supposed to meet up with someone to hand over information, she should have it with her, probably on a secure USB. It'll likely be disguised as something else that she can always keep on her person, like a keychain. If you can find it, you'll probably have your murderer.
I guess I'll have to keep an eye on for something that looks like like a disguised USB. Like, that'll be easy. I can talk. I can't help but feel uneasy about this, though. My mysterious information source is being very generous. Somehow, I don't think this person is just doling out information for free. There must be an ulterior motive. Let's start with the cop. I found a lot of duct tape in the garbage can in the men's room.
Duct tape?
Yeah, a whole bunch of it. Looks like someone used it and dumped it there.
Perhaps the killer used it to restrain Sarah.
Chance says that Kazaki was watching Sarah.
Watching her? Like a stalker or something?
I guess?
I wonder why she didn't mention this before.
She said she just remembered.
Interesting. If he was watching her, then he probably knows something. But since he came here first, he must have been expecting her to come here. That means she definitely came here to meet someone. Try to find out how he knows about that.
And how I figured that out?
Why don't you just ask him?
Really?
I get the feeling you'll get something interesting if you ask.
I think Sarah is a corporate spy.
Really? What makes you think that?
What do you guys
Just a
think?
hunch. Just a hunch.
Hunch? Everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Just a hunch.
A hunch? You're gonna have to do better than that. Please, don't bring me any more wild theories without some proof to back them up.
I take a deep breath. Fine, I did some research on her. Oh, thank you! I borrowed Kazaki's beer and looked her up online.
And?
She used to work at Auden Engineering, a company that specializes in growing organs from cells. And biodev imaging is currently trying to expand to do the same thing. She just resigned from Auden Engineering, and now she's working for biodev imaging? You yourself said she was just a secretary, so clearly she's not working for these companies because she has a specific skill set needed for this kind of work. She's probably after something that biodev imaging has.
That's one possibility.
One possibility?
The key here is to figure out who she's working for. For instance, she could have been working for biodev imaging by stealing information from Auden Engineering. If it's like that, then this could be a move by Auden Engineering to retrieve information before it winds up with biodev imaging. Or, conversely, she could have been working for Auden Engineering and stealing information from biodev imaging. In that case, anyone from biodev imaging now becomes a primary suspect. Of course, that doesn't rule out other motives, but this seems like the most logical one. Corporations like this are cutthroat at best. It's always a race to see who can get results the fastest so they can get a larger market share or government grants. Rather than work together, they do whatever it takes to get ahead of the competition. And when they can't be vindicated through lawsuits and manipulation of the laws, they'll resort to darker practices. Looks like it's time to learn more about Auden Engineering.